overexposure or underexposure. You can't have both. And that's the hallmark of video, always been video. So now it's getting better and better. And the F3, which only costs $13,000, is almost as good as the Arri Alexa, which costs $50,000. So that's incredible for us, because the fact that the Canon 7D looks pretty good too means that everything's just getting better, and the prices are going to come down. And tomorrow, you guys all got to get on the internet and look. Go to like nofilmschool.com or someplace, because on November 3rd, Canon said they are going to make an announcement that is going to change film.
They're going to add audio to their DSLRs?
Well, no, they better. They've never done that before. They've never met. Nobody has done that hardly. And to make that is a big announcement. And
well, that new movie that Lucas made, Red Wings or something like that, about the Tuskegee Airmen, he shot all that in DSLR. And green screen. It looks like crap.
Yeah, it probably does look like that. DSLRs, I wouldn't make a whole movie on one of those, but I am looking at some of the other. I want a video camera. I don't want a still camera. You know? And plus, I want to be able to pan fast, and you can't pan fast or anything in a DSLR. You can't. If you do that, you get all breakup and everything. So DSLRs have a lot of problems. But you know, if you come to this website all the time, they have updates.
What's that?
Look at that. Here's a giant DSLR Halloween costume that actually works.
Well, it actually works.
He actually pushes the button, and I guess it works. And right here is a glimpse. This is the new Canon EOS 1D, and it's a lot better than the 7D and the 5D. I mean, it's really a fantastic camera. It's got much, and I think it costs about $1,000 also. It might cost more than $1,000, but it hasn't come out yet. But it has bigger sensor, bigger. I mean, it supposedly fixes a lot of the problems you do have with panning and stuff. So they're using all kinds of new technology. So you know, anybody that's thinking of buying a camera, so I would wait a little while, because a lot of things are happening right now. If Canon does come out with something great tomorrow, that's going to, and if it's cheap enough for us, or you know, at least cheaper, to, $7,000 or something, then that's going to, everybody else is going to have to come down. So it's a great, fantastic time to get involved in video production. There's all kinds of. For the first time, I really wanted. I think I'm going to get an iPhone, because there's all kinds of applications you can get. The new video function, the new high-def video in iPhone, they actually have a comparison. They compare it next to a DSLR, and it really looks. Except the problem was it was all auto iris, autofocus, but you can actually get an app for it. Download an app for $5 that actually makes everything manual settings. And there's actually a new app that you can get for the iPhone that you can actually turn your iPhone into a professional audio recorder. So you could actually record. It has all these settings there. So wow, this stuff is incredible. What's happening? I mean, to think you get this little iPhone and you can actually get an app on it, the application that you can turn into an actual professional audio recorder. I mean, that's amazing. I mean, instead of spending $1,000 or $1,500 on an audio recorder, I don't think it's. I haven't read reviews of it. It might be really crappy, but at least the fact that it's happening right now. Here's a new camera, and it's kind of crazy. It's like 3 lenses, and basically what it does, it focuses on everything. So then in post-production, you can choose what will be in focus. So in other words, like if I get a shot right here of you and Marisol, you'll be in focus and she'll be in focus, and automatically. What?
You can do all your rack focus in post.
Yeah, because it's 3 separate things, and actually Canon, I think they announced right here. Oh, Red has bought them, I think, and they're going to actually incorporate that. So pretty soon there's going to be cameras that are just everything. Everything will be in focus from super close to super far, and then you can change it in post.
Yeah, but as soon as they put the Red logo on it, none of us will be able to afford it.
I know, no one will be able to afford it. Yeah, that's the bad thing about Red. That's one thing that's really annoying.
We'll make them blue.
So right here, the Sony F3 gets zoom lenses and another stop of exposure from a firmware update. I mean, man, used to you bought a camera and that's it. The camera, once you bought the camera, you're done. You basically videotape whatever. But now you got firmware updates where you can actually make it a better camera, you know. So it's like, wow, that stuff, I mean, to me, that's just so incredible to be able to do that stuff. Lenses are coming down more and more all the time. Now, lenses never came down for the last 70, 80 years, when they had Zeiss and a few of the others had markets on lenses. And so you had a $5,000, $6,000, $10,000 lens, and they never came down. But now they're all saying, "Wait a minute! You know, all these people are getting these little."
It's $3,500.
What?
Or 5,500.
Yeah, 5,500 for that. Yeah, that's what a good lens is going to always cost. 4,000, 5,000 bucks. You know, a really good lens, film lens. You know, a lot of people, you know, all these people that are buying DSLRs, they're getting these lenses that come with it, or Canon has them. And those are not film lenses; those are still camera lenses, and there's a difference. And film lenses cost a lot of money. Usually, every film you see in the theater, the lenses are rented. They're not so the camera may be owned by the production company or something, but they rent the lenses, and the lenses cost, you know, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, and nobody buys them unless you have your own kit. So there's just. This is a fantastic website. But tomorrow is going to be some big news. Oh, and tomorrow Red is making an announcement. And Red said our announcement is better than Canon's. So tomorrow there's going to be kind of a war of announcements.
There better be a price for it.
I think tomorrow is that the Red Scarlet is coming out. But they haven't even said what the name of it is. They're so secretive, you never know.
Isn't the Red Scar a little handheld?
Well, the Scarlet was originally going to be a similar to a regular video camera, but now that they're saying that their announcement tomorrow is more important than Canon's, so everyone's saying no, it can't be a regular video camera. It's going to have to be, you know, 4K or something, or at least 2K, and it's got to be impressive to say that, or there's going to be a big disappointment tomorrow. So tomorrow there's going to be all these announcements, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so now one thing. And I don't know if you guys have learned much about it or not. Oh, what happened? Quality control. So you got to talk to him. Here's a little sheet on quality control. I noticed that a lot of the advanced students who know a lot about editing are horrible at quality control. They never look at anything. They don't check their video. They don't check their levels. They don't do it. That's why last week, 2 weeks ago, I showed you guys the waveform monitor, vector scope, and the histogram. Did I give everybody got one? Wow, how did I get so many? Did I give you the same thing? You all got this, right, with the black screen here? Okay. I gave you one, Nerza? Jeez, I gave a lot of so, I've had a lot. How many of you know what that is?
Check mark.
That's your check for your check, say for broadcast.
Yes.
Right. So yeah, a lot of people see that and they get mad, they get annoyed, they want to get it off, or they think that it's going to be on the video or something. I don't know. But it's like, you should have that on most of the time. Amateurs don't, because they don't care. You know, they sit there and they edit real quick and they forget about it. But the check mark tells you that it's broadcast safe. It's legal. If you have an exclamation point, that means it is over 100%. That was one of the questions on the test. What's the magic number on the waveform monitor that you are always looking for? And it's 100%. You never want your video over 100%. And if your video in Final Cut Pro is over 100%, you have this on, you'll have an exclamation point. And one huge problem I have with I've seen advanced students do it all the time. They don't like these blue lines here because the blue lines get in the way of all the video or something. Well, that is your safety lines, and you should never have your text be on this inside line right here. And it'll be interesting when we look at your films. If you have titles on them, we'll see how many go beyond that. You know, people don't ever put this on. They don't want to turn that off, and they don't. That's annoying. Like, well, it's supposed to be annoying. It's supposed to be there so you know not to go beyond this with title. This is called title safe. This right here is basically home cutoff. If you have a real important, if you have like a baseball laying right here, and it's real important for your shot, the odds are it won't be seen on most people's TVs. That's what that is. That's home cutoff. Now, what you see on your computer and in Final Cut Pro when you're editing, you see every bit of your image all the way to the edge. And so you take these blue lines off, and you're sitting there editing, and you are giving yourself a hell of a lot more stuff than what people are either going to see, or you're going to put tiles on, and the tiles are going to go all the way to the edge because you want that, and no one can read them, and it becomes total amateur time. So at the point when you guys do a resume DVD or whatever, and you go to try to get a job, and you say, yeah, here's some stuff I've done, they pop that in, they look, and they see your titles going off the edge, they're not going to hire you because they know you're an amateur. They know you are a slob. You know, you must go to porn. Go to porn. Go to porn. So this is super important, and that is super important, and you guys really need to check. If you don't have it on all the time, check it once in a while. Turn it on. And the way to do it, I show you right here. You go up here to this. Click on the right little box there, and it has a drop-down menu. You can choose to open Title Safe, or to check Loom. I think it's called Loom something.